Nigeria is now a place that is exciting to invest in, and that's what we talked to Mr. President about.
President Tinubu woos global Nigerian investors for economic growth.
Approximately 98.98% of total depositors in deposit money banks are protected.
NDIC advises on safe haven for deposits in licensed banks.
Very impressed with the Blue Economy Policy 2025 we have adopted.
Plus, Nigeria's war against piracy gets IMO's accolade.
Nothing can undo a Nigerian. Not sticks, not stones, not fire or brimstones, cause these bones are made of refined audacity. The kind with the effrontery to live in a third world with a first world mentality. The kind that wears a smile on her face as she dares to race and keep up the pace with nations that started the race before her. And this race before her, she aced and came so far, cause here, there is no in between. We play to win. If a Nigerian cannot beat you, he will beat your expectations. If a Nigerian cannot outdo you, she will outdo her limitations. Because here, we're never at the mercy of our situations. We're living manifestations that nothing can undo a Nigerian.
I've got goosebumps. And indeed, to be a Nigerian is to understand in your very bone marrow that the end of a thing is simply the raw material for its next beginning. And on that note, I welcome you to NTA Network News. I am Jummai Yusuf. And of course, the nation is still in the celebratory mood, and I'm sure that it will last for a long time. Tonight, I'm being joined by Adiola Kami Akere from Lagos, while Benny Adams and Francisca Bele are here in our Abuja studio. Benny, of course, is on business news. Benny, how did you feel listening to that poem?
Well, nothing indeed can beat a Nigerian, particularly if you're investing in Nigeria's stock market.
We have refined audacity, and Francisca is standing by to bring us some of the latest reports from the world of sports. Remember, we're streaming this newscast live on our various social media platforms, and be rest assured you can catch a playback of this newscast on our online platforms as well. And as we celebrate the 65th anniversary of Nigeria's independence, the conversation around our unity remains crucial. Tonight, we want you to have your say on what could be done to sustain social cohesion and unity in Nigeria. Our poll question for tonight is, what is the most important ingredient for a united and cohesive Nigeria? We have 4 critical options for you to choose from. Let us know what you think. You can vote by scanning the QR code on the screen or on our social media platforms. We'll bring you the results of our survey before the end of this newscast. Now let's bring in our first story on President Bola Tinubu continuing the drive to woo investors, particularly Nigerians in diaspora, who he wants to return home and invest for the growth of the country's economy. Earlier today, President Tinubu received 2 Nigerian global investment leaders at his Lagos residence. The Chief Executive Officer of Global Infrastructure Partners, Bayo Ogunlushi, and the chairman met his capital partners, Hakeem Bello Osage, who is also a senior lecturer at the Harvard Business School. Now, the discussion centered on upstream oil and gas as well as large-scale infrastructure investment, and the president reaffirmed Nigeria's readiness to partner with leading global investors for sustainable growth and prosperity as part of his renewed hope agenda. The investors who were led to the meeting by the chairman of the National Revenue Service, Zach Adediji, spoke to State House correspondents afterwards, indicating interest in the aviation and port sectors.
But look, Nigeria is now a place that is exciting to invest in, and that's what we talked to Mr. President about. And of course, as you would expect, he was very encouraging of international investments in Nigeria.
Okay, I'm not expecting you to tell me how that you told the president, but what sector particularly are you interested in?
Yeah, well, you think about all the sectors that we invest in. Energy. So we invest in energy, We're building LNG plants in Texas. We're building LNG plants in Australia. There's gas in Nigeria. Nigeria is a huge gas province. People describe me as the guy who bought Gatwick Airport. I didn't personally buy Gatwick Airport, but the aviation sector is also an area of interest to us. I confess to Mr. President that one of our companies has ports in Cotonou, and it has a port in Lomé, none in Nigeria. So I asked for his forgiveness and understanding, and being the gentleman that he was, he forgave me, but said you have to bring port investment to Nigeria. So that's another area we're looking at. Renewables, that's another area. So lots of investment opportunities in Nigeria. You just have to be serious about making the right moves.
I think when Nigerians in Nigeria and when Nigerians in the diaspora invest in Nigeria, it can only be a great signal for the international community to invest in us and make our country greater.
They commended the president's reform, which they say have positioned Nigeria for economic growth. Meantime, the Federal High Court in Abuja has dismissed a suit instituted against President Bola Tinubu challenging the March 18, 2025 proclamation of state of emergency in Rivers State. Justice James Omotosho gave the order in the matter filed by Belema Briggs and 4 others in Abuja. The court held that the 5 plaintiffs lacked the legal power to institute the case as they suffered no legal wrong in the matter, since none of those who filed the case are from the Rivers State Executive Council or State Assembly. Justice Omotosho said the claim of President Tinubu that he imposed the state of emergency to avoid a looming breakdown of law and order was not challenged or disputed by the plaintiffs. Justice Omotosho said the case was frivolous and baseless because the mandate of the people of Rivers State was not obtained before instituting it on their behalf. Now to electoral matters, Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has appealed to the National Assembly to expedite action on the amendment of the 2022 Electoral Act to enable the Commission come up with guidelines for the 2027 general election. He made the appeal while receiving a delegation of the European Union Election Observation Mission at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja.
The Commission has carefully considered all the 8 recommendations specifically addressed to us in your report. Action has been taken on aspects of the recommendations that only require administrative action to implement. Similarly, action is being taken on cross-cutting recommendations that require collective action between INEC and other bodies and stakeholders, while waiting for the conclusion of the ongoing legal review by the National Assembly on the recommendations that require legislative intervention.
What we are here to do is to look at the recommendations that flowed from the overall mission that were contained in the final report of the mission back in 2023. And we are very happy to see that there has been very significant progress against these recommendations. We recognize that there are certain time constraints, both in terms of judicial reform as well as administrative reform and of course constitutional reform, which is...
The INEC chairman emphasized that out of the 38 recommendations made by the EU in the 2023 general election, 8 were within the jurisdiction of the INEC and they have been implemented, while 30 other recommendations require legislative considerations. And on leadership, a new set of leaders have emerged to represent the interest and well-being of Christians in the northern region of the country. The official inauguration and investiture of the new movement, Northern Christians Religious Leaders Assembly, which took place in Abuja, was attended by dignitaries across the country, including the Secretary to the Government of the Federation and representatives of state governors from the north. Momso Damien Detti has the details.
Dominion Chapel, Abuja, full beyond capacity with delegates from the 19 states of the northern region.
The church has not only been a sanctuary of worship, but also a driver of education, social welfare, moral values. In Nigeria, Christian leaders have played vital roles, shaping the society, ensuring peace, and speaking the truth to those in power.
And we are committed to progress, committed to peace, and we do that together. We're going to see the Church of Jesus arising with one voice to speak for truth, to speak for justice, and to become a voice for the voiceless.
It is the first inauguration and investiture of leaders of a new movement, Northern Christian Religious Leaders Assembly.
So this call is not about you, it's about the common good of Christians in the North and in Nigeria at large. There is no way you can build a nation when the populace are in bondage.
For the purpose of advocating for peace and promoting unity, that is what this assembly has come to do.
We are one of the segments of Nigeria that believe in the unity of this country.
You know, you say when you empower a woman, you empower a nation.
Like for instance, I'm a Christian, a reverend. My younger brother, the same mother, is a Muslim. Should I fight him because it's not my religion? It's not possible.
12 board of patrons, 16 executives, and 23 zonal chairmen selected from the 19 states. Momso Damien Nati, NTA News.
Now, if something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. That is the warning from the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Company Corporation at the Abuja International Trade Fair, where it marks its special day. The NDIC is urging Nigerians to stay clear of Ponzi schemes and fraudulent investment platforms and keep their money safe in central bank licensed banks, protected under its deposit insurance scheme. Now, let's take a listen to Musa Abubakar's report.
In a world where every naira counts, trust in the safety of your savings is priceless. At the 20th Abuja International Trade Fair, the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation brought that message home loud and clear. From deposit money banks to mobile money operators, NDIC has expanded its safety net. Today, more than 98% of depositors in Nigeria are fully insured, meaning the small saver is as protected as the big investor.
Approximately 98.98% of total depositors in deposit money banks, 99.27% in microfinance banks, 99.34% in primary mortgage banks, and 99.99% in payment service banks are protected.
We particularly commend NDIC's initiatives in advancing financial inclusion, especially through its digital innovation and strong consumer protection framework, by extending deposit insurance coverage beyond deposit money banks.
At the pavilion, the message is simple. Your deposits are safe as long as you bank with licensed institutions. When the Heritage Bank's license was revoked, NDIC stepped in, swiftly paying out insured funds, a real proof that the safety net works. From protecting the smaller saver to building confidence in the financial system, NDIC's presence at this trade fair is more than a showcase. It's a promise your money is safe, your future secured. In Abuja, Musa Abubakar, NTA News.
Well, they say a word is enough for the wise, and the Presidential Initiative on Unlocking the Healthcare Value Chain, PVAC, is collaborating with the Scientific Products Association of Nigeria, SPAN, on capacity building and supply chain management of pharmaceutical products in the country. Now, this was unveiled during an advocacy visit by the SPAN's leadership to the PVAC's National Coordinator, Dr. Abdul Mukhtar, where PVAC welcomes stakeholders who support its mandate of creating an ecosystem with human capacities, standard structures and quality pharmaceuticals in the healthcare industry. Dr. Mukhtar expressed his readiness of PVAC to work with partners to support local manufacturers in delivering quality services and products.
The mandate that we have from the President is to create jobs along the various parts of the healthcare value chain, which is what many of you are doing in your various companies, but also to mobilize resources both internally and foreign direct investment.
If our people
pharmaceutical companies, researchers are developing products for our people, we can have faith in the drugs. Most of what's going on in the world right now, personalized precision, we're not in it. We need to get in it.
PVEC says it is poised to improve access to quality healthcare products and services in Nigeria, increase pharmaceutical capacity, and enhance skills across the value chain. The collaboration with SPAN is expected to drive progress in the healthcare sector and promote quality healthcare delivery across the country. There will be more news after the break. Don't go away.
Heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodimma's leadership has turned manifestos into reality, transformations that feels like a miracle. But progress needs peace, and in Imo, it's not left to chance. From land to sky to river deep, guardians are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. At Orashi's quiet shore, hydropower is rising, set to energize a growing economy. The change is visible. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution. 500,000 young minds trained each year to build the future. As Orashi rises, so does Imo and the hopes of a hard-working people. A new Imo is on the rise.
Nigeria, our pride, blessed with abundant oil and gas resources. Under attack, criminals are stealing our commonwealth, vandalizing oil and gas infrastructure and funding terrorism, banditry and kidnapping. It's destroying our environment, our economy and our future. But enough is enough. The National Security Advisor has launched Operation Skyline to track, stop and crush these economic saboteurs and their collaborators wherever they are. Let's stand together. Say no to crude oil theft. Say no to economic terrorism. Say yes to a safe, stronger Nigeria. This message is brought to you by the Office of the National Security Advisor and sponsored by the Project Management Office and private security contractors of Operation Plug.
When malaria knocks you down, you can be sure parasites are having a party in your system.
Welcome to our new kingdom, guys!
Comel, an effective weapon against malaria. Attacking the parasite army directly to give you express relief and get you back on your feet effectively. Comel on, malaria gone.
Big day ahead.
Delicious Ovaltine, smart choice for smart kids.
Imagine lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily, but no guarantee of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a tasty meal, do not compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Terra Gold for the rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Terra Gold. One cube, endless possibilities.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I get the school fees. You too much.
Na money point o.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as sure bank. Progress na small wind where they carry person go.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go Bible.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium.
So, no need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish your kids.
No buy am. But why? No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
You're watching NTA Network News, and in today's modern world, no girl should have to miss school because of her inability to afford sanitary product, a basic requirement for menstrual health. Now, Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, says that is simply unacceptable. She made the declaration in Gombe State during the national launch of the Renewed Hope initiative, Flow with Confidence Outreach, a menstrual health intervention targeting schoolgirls across the country. State House correspondent Adeni Taiwo tells us more.
Might even get embarrassed when like the opposite gender see you like that. Some people might even be like mean enough to laugh like that. So it's actually not nice.
For a young girl, one of the difficult and embarrassing stories to tell is that of menstruation, particularly where sanitary items needed to guarantee menstrual dignity are not easily available. Esther Luka's account. In reality, many other young girls in underserved communities is not only a cause for social inhibition, but also a dent on confidence that affects school attendance during their monthly flow.
Some who attend resort to using unsafe or unhygienic alternatives, while others stay at home altogether, falling behind in their studies, and in some cases eventually drop out of school.
The national launch of the Renewed Hope initiative Flow with Confidence in Gombe State by Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu.
We will be distributing 1 year's supply of disposable sanitary pads to 370,000 schoolgirls in rural communities across the nation at the end of this program. All states and the federal capital territory will receive 10,000 pads each through the state first ladies and RHI coordinators. This is to support our girls in rural communities and those who are unable to afford sanitary pads. Each beneficiary will receive 1 year's supply of pads. We chose disposable sanitary pads because it offers a simple, hygienic option that offers better health benefits for a woman's reproductive well-being. I want to especially appeal to the executive chairmen of local government areas, given your critical position as the arm of the government closest to the people and your role in delivering essential services.
Our concern is that we raise the standards of hygiene and sanitation. And what we are doing now is part of it.
This initiative would deliver menstrual hygiene, education and awareness in school, communities and among families, helping to demystify menstruation and promote healthy practices.
Adolescent girls all across the world are critical for the development of any nation. We acknowledge numerous challenges they face, amongst which you are addressing one of them today.
Away from the launch, the First Lady inaugurated the newly built Federal Medical Center, Kumo. She was also the guest of the Lamido Ako Alhaji Muhammad Atiku, who conferred on her the title of Sarauniya Yaki, Queen Warrior of Ako Emirate. She also held an expanded interaction with members of Gombe State Traditional Council. From Gombe, Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
And in Maiduguri, the same spirit of compassion and empowerment filled the air as the Renewed Hope Initiative RHI Social Investment Program extended its impact to Borno State with the launch of the Flow with Confidence sanitary pad and food distribution outreach. Pauline Kujevana reports.
While the food distribution focused on supporting vulnerable households across the state, the sanitary kits were specifically targeted at adolescent schoolgirls, ensuring that no girl misses school due to lack of menstrual hygiene supplies.
I am very happy providing young girls with this pad to protect themselves.
Wife of the Vice President and Vice Chairperson RHI, Nana Kashif Shatima, who flagged off the initiative on behalf of the First Lady, Senator Oluremi, that the program targets 10,000 schools in rural communities of Borno to benefit from free sanitary pads and improve sanitation facilities for the next 1 year, helping young girls manage their periods with dignity and confidence.
I want to especially appeal to the executive chairman of local government areas, giving your critical position as the aim of government closer to the people. It is crucial that you take the ownership of this intervention.
The state coordinator RHI, Dr. Falmata Babagana Umar Zulum, alongside the Deputy Governor of Borno State, Umar Usman Katafur, highlighted the transformative impact of the RHI program on women, girls and vulnerable populations in the state, and appreciated the First Lady for putting food on the tables of the most vulnerable and amplifying the voices of marginalized women across the state.
The Renewed Hope initiative has become a true symbol of care and inclusiveness in Nigeria.
Distribution of food items and other provision of dignity kits, but it is about compassion, solidarity, and the refinement of the government's sacred responsibility to protect the welfare of its citizens.
As part of the food outreach, each beneficiary received 25 kg of rice, 2 cartons of macaroni, 2 bags each of semovita and semolina, alongside cash support. In Maiduguri, Pauline Kujevana, NTA News.
In a continued effort to build confidence in the contributory pension scheme, which remains a challenge to the regulatory body due to non-compliance by states and employers, the National Pension Commission is set to embark on a nationwide sensitization program. Mohammed Rabiu Ali reports that this was announced during the stakeholders conference on the workings of the scheme for employees and pensioners of the federal government treasury-funded MDAs in Abuja.
Here are representatives of various ministries, departments and agencies coming together for a common purpose. The thrust of discussion is a contributory pension scheme that has for the last 2 decades been anchoring Nigeria's pension story. This engagement is to further highlight prospects of continued partnerships with a view to enhancing zero time for pension payments, reintroduction of gratuity for civil servants, and expanding coverage to millions of Nigerians, especially in the informal sector.
Working with the Office of the Head of Civil Service, a framework has been developed to restore gratuity benefits for federal workers under the CPS, in line with Section 4 of the
that the contributory pension scheme could be referred to as one of the best things that have happened in our country in recent time.
A lot has been accomplished in terms of achievements in the pension industry in Nigeria, but a lot more remains to be accomplished.
What we are taking away today is that the only room that is yet to be closed is the room for improvement. What we are trying to do is to strengthen the system and know where we can improve the system.
It is expected that far-reaching recommendations will be brought forward to bridge identified gaps and deliver on the mandate Nigerian pensioners are yearning for. Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Take a pause here as we join my colleague Adiola Kame Akere for more on Network News. Hello, Adiola.
Nigerian pensioners are yearning for. Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Take a pause here as we join my colleague.
Thank you, Jumai. Nigeria's creative spirit for continuously impacting global culture and the present administration led by President Bola Tinubu is intentional in supporting the growth of a creative sector, as seen in the reports that this was highlighted at the unveiling of the rehabilitated National Theatre, now renamed the Wole Soyinka Center for Cultural and Creative Arts by the President recently in Lagos.
There are projections that the non-oil sector is expected to contribute about $100 billion in revenue to the nation's GDP by the year 2030. And in ensuring that this projection comes to fruition is President Bola Tinubu, who was accompanied by the First Lady, is being intentional in providing an enabling environment for the creative sector to thrive. He acknowledged the role of the National Theatre in protecting.
Stop talking about Nigeria in a negative tone.
Other top government functionaries in attendance say this public-private sector partnership has given birth to a world-class creative hub that will enable the National Monument to drive youthful passion, increase participation, as well as deepen revenue earnings in the various aspects of creativity.
It is the foundation upon which identity, unity, progress are built.
We are building the enabling framework that will empower every single youth inside and outside Nigeria and attract investment.
The iconic silhouette has been preserved while delivering world-class performance halls, cinema spaces, exhibition galleries, and medical facilities.
Is a symbol of national creativity in the heart of Nigeria's Renaissance, as renamed after the literary giant and Nobel laureate, Professor Wole Soyinka.
First directed during the military regime. I think we called it the general's hat because of the shape of the roof.
The edifice is expected to increase Nigeria's influence at the global stage, while its maintenance will be carried out by the National Theatre Endowment Fund that will be set up as directed by Mr. President. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
Now, the 65th Independence anniversary of Nigeria, though low-keyed, is not without fanfare and mentioning. Before 1 year has the details of it.
From the days of independence, 65 years ago, to the Civil War, military rule, and the return to democracy, Nigeria has faced many challenges, coming out of each stronger and wiser, raising outstanding Nigerians from young entrepreneurs building startups to farmers, market women, and creative economists that spread Nigerian culture across the globe.
Nigeria is filled with resources that is waiting and begging for attention. Turn around.
When it comes to nation, we can't leave it just to the government. It requires our input as individuals, as a community.
The story of Nigeria independence is said to be one meant to inspire and mentor whoever is determined to succeed in life.
We believe that it is possible to use our resources, the natural, human, and skills that we have in Nigeria.
Whatever you're doing, first of all, believe in yourself, and then think towards creating solutions.
The respondents expressed optimism that with strong political will, cooperation, determination, and good governance, devoid of sectionalism, better and brighter future awaits Nigeria and Nigerians. In Lagos, Mwabufo Nwoye, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Lagos. The network news will continue with Jumai in Abuja after this time out.
In today's fast-paced world, staying ahead demands peak performance from our bodies.
Like never before, our bodies need an optimum supply of essential nutrients, and Supremalt supports our daily nutritional needs.
Supremalt has 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and natural extracts for wellness. One Supremalt a day gives you energy and vitality, improves your mental performance, and supports your immunity.
My morning now when they break, me I know they shake, no matter the condition. I fit no carry first, but I know they carry last. Oba no they go transfer. Today now my day, and I go day okay. Cause hope full my chest, like bulletproof vest. Today now my day, and I go day okay, until he reach my turn, the fire go the burn. Naija go sweet oh, the fire I go the bono.
This message is from Hope Alive Initiative, a group that is committed to the well-being of the citizenry through advocacy for good governance and progressive ideals. Hope Alive Initiative for the great all.
Wanna know what's coming, guys? The free beach ball! I guess I'd better start again. Oh, here we go, everybody. Free beach ball! Yes, guys, there's a free beach ball in every carton of Capri Sun. Get a carton, get a ball. It's time to play some more. Way! Capri Sun, the taste of fun.
My morning ritual starts here, surrounded by Life-Made furniture. From my wardrobe to my bed, Life-Made Furniture's whole house customization designs every piece to perfection. I love that in Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja, Ibadan, and Kano, there's Life-Made Furniture.
For a whole house customization and furniture projects, call 081 2000 6000 or visit elifemade.com. Life-Made, your life made forever.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I get the school fees. You too much.
Na money point. Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as Sure Banker. Progress na small win wey dey carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go Bible.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
The world needs moms. With a splash of Golden Terra oil, a mom can transform a frown into a smile, change no thanks into yes please, resolve family feuds without blowing a whistle. Providing tasty family meals is all that matters. Whether there is love, Golden Terra oil, pour pure love.
Submission to the will of God. The Yilwada family of Kanke local announces the glorious home calling of their matriarch, Nana Lydia Yilwada Goshwe. Mama passed on August 17, 2025. She spent her life serving in the Church of Christ in Nations, Kokin. She's survived by 7 children, including the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Professor Nentawe Yilwada Goshwe. Join the family to celebrate her life. Service of songs, Friday, October 3rd, 2025, 3 p.m. at Langfield Event Center, Jos. Funeral service, Saturday, October 4th, 2025 at 11 a.m. Corpse leaves the Youth Mortuary for Kokin Headquarters, Jos for the service. Interment follows immediately in Dungung, Kanke local government area. Announcer, Professor Nentawe Yilwada Goshwe, APC National Chairman, for the family.
Thanks for joining us, and Benny Adams is standing by with news from the world of business. Benny, what's happening? The year is ending. What's happening in the business world?
Thank you, Jumai. A whole lot in the world of business. We start by telling you that the African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA, the non-reciprocal trade preference program that has been the bedrock of commerce between the United States of America and sub-Saharan African nations, including Nigeria, for 25 years, formally expired on Tuesday, September 30th. And 2 days after, no formal comments from U.S. officials, despite broad bipartisan support in Washington and urgent appeals from African leaders. U.S. congressional gridlock prevented a renewal before the deadline. An implication is that no more duty-free access to thousands of African products, and the most hit will be the apparel and textile sectors of countries like Kenya, Lesotho, and Madagascar. This is as these industries were built almost entirely on the stability of AGOA's preferences. Let's see what the next days will prove on the market. Now, moving on, it's day 2 of the U.S. federal government shutdown as hundreds of thousands of federal employees are being sent without pay while essential workers remain on duty. The Managing Director of Economic Policy at the Bipartisan Policy Center, USA, Rachel Sneederman, says there has been 14 shutdowns since 1981, and the recent was longest, lasting 35 days during Donald Trump's first term in office, with $3 billion recorded as losses.
Even rental assistance for low-income Americans has been impacted. We've seen the closure of national parks, which has impacted tourism across the country, and of course that has a large indirect effect on local economies.
Looking at the stock market in Nigeria, investors kicked off the month of October with a gain of 170.71 billion naira as the all-share index grew by 0.19%. The slight rise signals continued bullish momentum in the market, leading to market capitalization that now stands at 90.75 trillion naira, the biggest after South Africa and Egypt. And looking at the South African market dipped today by 0.58%, while the Tunisia 2 index also dipped by 0.29%. That is it on business at this time. Jumai, you can take
Thank you, Benny.
Yeah.
The Secretary General of the International Maritime Organization, IMO, Aseno Dominguez, has lauded Nigeria's remarkable achievements in maritime security, particularly its success in recording zero piracy incidents for over 3 years, as well as the groundbreaking Deep Blue project. The IMO Secretary General gave the recommendation during a courtesy visit to the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Aduboyega Oyetola, in Lagos. Chukunoso Nwaboze reports.
Asensio Dominguez, while commending the progress made by Nigeria in its national and regional security initiatives, stressed the need for continued support in infrastructure development and acquisition of modern equipment, promising IMO's commitment to providing technical assistance.
I'm very impressed with the Blue Economy Policy 2025 we have adopted. I would imagine to share with IMO the next steps, because this would allow us to develop additional projects, or at least the projects that we have in place will help us to see what else we can do to assist in the implementation of your national policy.
The visit, Minister of Marine and Blue Economy Adeboyega Oyetola said, not only signifies the strong partnership between Nigeria and the International Maritime Organization, IMO, but also provides an avenue for the Secretary General of IMO to have a first-hand information on the ongoing transformation within Nigeria's maritime sector.
The Nigerian maritime sector has seen significant growth and development, particularly enhancing maritime security and promoting international cooperation. Our collaboration with the Nigerian Navy has been instrumental in reducing piracy and maritime crimes in our waters, and the Gulf of Guinea serving as a model for regional partners.
In line with IMO 2023 greenhouse gas strategy, the MASA is actively engaged in efforts to achieve the goal of net zero emissions.
This is the first visit of IMO leadership to Nigeria. Chukunonso Nwaboze, NTN News.
And the Jigawa state government has pledged its readiness to work with foreign investors in a bid to boost food production and improve the livelihoods of its people. Governor Umar Namadi made the commitment while receiving the Managing Director of Strategy, Planning and Business Development of Arigar, India, Dr. Swimini Sankara, and her delegation on a courtesy visit to the government house, Dutse. Mohammed Musa Askira reports.
Governor Umar Namadi said Jigawa and India share similar development challenges, stressing that lessons from India could help lift millions out of poverty. He assured that the state has the resources, opportunities, and dedicated workforce to support such initiatives. Dr. Sankara commended Jigawa's agricultural potential and said her team's scoping study will focus on local value addition, youth engagement, and reducing exports of raw materials in favor of local processing. She identified wheat, cassava, and hibiscus as key crops with huge potential and emphasized the importance of market access and sustainability.
We are here. Jigawa is open for business. Jigawa is ready to cooperate with international partners to see how we can improve the livelihood of our people.
The purpose of this
scoping study was to introduce processing facilities here and also involve these communities and the rural youth to be part of this bigger program of agri-preneurship.
The partnership is expected to open up new opportunities for farmers and rural communities. From Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated the management and staff of Crystal Laurel Limited on the 35th anniversary of the leading indigenous elevator company. In a statement, President Tinubu commends Crystal Laurel for its enterprise, discipline, and particularly Senator Benga Daniel for their unwavering belief in the Nigerian market, wishing them more success and more remarkable anniversaries. Crystal Laurel Limited is a recipient of the African Order of Merit in cranes, escalators, and elevator technology. We'll take another break. We'll be back soon.
Every day, Nigerians are pushing forward. We may live different lives, in different places, but we share the same hope. That progress isn't just promise, it's felt. Reforms shape how we learn, how we earn, and how we live. NES 31, the Reform Imperative, building a prosperous and inclusive Nigeria by 2030. This October, let us come together to shape the future, because the tomorrow we want starts with the actions we take today. Join us from October 6th to 8th, 2025 to register. Visit nesgroup.org/31.
What makes a true leader in the game? Is it being the first to start? For over a decade, one name has always led in front. That name is Bet Naija. Bet Builder, Bet Freeze, One Up, Bet Boom. Not just features, with unbeatable odds on over 300,000 live matches, but playing to win. Just another reason why Bet Naija is truly Nigeria's #1.
TerraCube, unwrap joy, unleash taste.
My skin is my identity, my strength. It's unique and deserves care made specially for me. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care with 5 oils and 5 vitamins. 48-hour nourishment. Helps reduce appearance of stretch marks in just 2 weeks. New Nivea Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care for your shade of beautiful.
What food did you eat?
Guys, food is ready.
Cook to impress.
progress. Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point o.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as Sure Banker. Progress na small wind where dey carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Go Bible.
Victor, even you dey use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
Thanks for rejoining us. Now, Nigeria has reaffirmed her commitment to creating a transparent, stable and investor. This is the highlight of President Bola Tinubu's keynote message to the Africa Energy Week in Cape Town, South Africa, presented by Minister of State Petroleum Resources. Lydia Sampson reports.
He declared that Nigeria is open for business and actively pursuing policies that prioritize investment, efficiency and long-term growth in the oil sector. Describing the gathering as a call to action, Lokobi reiterates that Nigeria is ready not just to participate in the global energy market, but to lead reform and growth on the African continent.
When this government came, the number of rigs were barely about 14, but today the number of rigs working in Nigeria about 50. And we hope to, increase this number significantly before the end of the year. These are signs that the reforms are working, the idle assets have been activated, and existing ones are being optimized.
To this effect, Nigeria's upstream sector is already recovering with the Project 1 Million Barrels initiative launched in October 2024. Oil production to over 1.7 million barrels per day. He urged the continent to retain more value from its hydrocarbon resources by focusing on infrastructure, industrial development, and localized value chains. He noted that Africa spends over $120 billion annually on hydrocarbons, largely through imports, calling it a missed opportunity for economic transformation. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
And it's time for sports, and Francisca is ready to give us the latest. Hello, Francisca.
Hello, Jemai. Welcome to Sports Update. Olympic gold medalist and renowned sprinter Christy Opara is championing girl-child empowerment through her flagship initiative, the International Girl-Child Empowerment Program. At a press briefing, Ambassador Opara unveiled plans to support over 300 girls aged 11 to 18 through sports, mentorship, and skills training. A highlight of the program will be a novelty match, football match between paramilitary and defense headquarters, symbolizing unity and inclusion.
It's the best country in the world, and for this reason, I'm doing my bit. If your bit is come and support us, if it's financial, if it is physical or emotional, be part of us. Nigeria will be great.
To golf, handicap 13 player Quatri Kwaga Yusuf has emerged the overall winner of the 2025 Independence Tournament at the TYB International Golf Resort and Country Club, Abuja. Yusuf returned a net score of 67, having recorded a gross score of 80 to defeat a field of more than 400 players. This year's tournament, which was a week-long competition, saw players contest for honors in the men, ladies, veterans, and invited guest categories. Anti-football, there was no shortage of drama surprise result in the early kickoffs of the Europa League, as Roma suffered a disappointing loss at home to spirited Lille. Fellow Italian outfit Bologna managed to salvage a 1-0 draw against Freiburg. Portuguese visitors Braga claimed a clinical 2-0 victory over Scottish champion Celtic, while Romanian side FCSB also fell 2-0 at home to Young Boys. Meanwhile, Turkish giants Fenerbahce impressed with a strong performance against Nice, but it was a night to forget for Panathinaikos, as the Greek side were edged out 2-1 by Dutch underdogs Go Ahead Eagles. The remaining matches are about ending at the moment. That's it on sports updates. It's back to Juma.
Thank you, Francisca. And let's bring you our icebreaker for tonight, a report celebrating Nigeria and lauding the creative industry for its contributions to fostering our unity. Ekene Mini Williams is our guide.
Nigeria's entertainment industry is making waves globally with its music, movies, fashion, art, and vibrant lifestyle, captivating audiences worldwide. As Nigeria celebrates 65 years of its independence, creatives are sharing their thoughts on what this milestone means to them.
We went with the pace of 77, first act 77. I'm sure Nigeria should have been like top second or third well-known entertainment country.
I've traveled out, I've gone to different African countries and I've done shows, but I can tell you that there's no place like Nigeria.
And because the film industry started in Nigeria, the comedy industry blew up. Our music is going up. So the entertainment in Nigeria is really going up now. Not as when we came in, it was more of an analog. Today it has gone far.
So we do have a lot of tourism potential that if we could find a way to collaborate with the Ministry of Tourism, that's why, as I said, we've come closer to the government this time, we would be able to help highlight those parts that would really make our country what it should be, which is a tourist destination.
My name is Steve Ebo, a veteran Hollywood actor.
My name is Nick B. They call me husband material.
My name is Dr. Issa Iyotin, aka The Baron. I'm the president of 09 Bikers in Abuja.
Hey, my name is Ali Baba. My name is Chief Onwura Agility. I'm the president, Association of Entertainment Practitioners.
Happy Independence, Nigeria!
Happy independence indeed. And our poll result is in. According to the survey, a projected 45% of Nigerians who responded believe that strong institutions and the rule of law is the most important ingredient for a united Nigeria. 34.8% picked effective and inclusive leadership, while 12.4% picked equitable resource distribution. 7.6% picked national identity and shared values. And that's NTA Network News for tonight. Thanks so much for your time. On behalf of the crew, good night.
Although social media as a channel of communication